This is the Canon R100 mirrorless camera, and you may be wondering if you should buy this camera for photography or even vlogging. I bought this camera about 7 months ago and it included the RFS 18-45 kit lens, but I also bought the 55-210mm telephoto lens. And the main reason I bought this camera is because I wanted to get back into photography and have a dedicated photography camera, which I didn't have. I travel full time and I've been using my iPhone 12 Pro for photos. And for vlogging, I use the Osmo Pocket 3, which I'm shooting with right now. But considering this is a budget camera, it produces exceptional quality images. Keep in mind, once you start bumping up the noise, you do see a lot of grain, a lot of color noise or chroma noise, but that's nothing a little bit of photography software with some AI noise reduction can't fix. Keep in mind, lenses do factor into image sharpness, and these RFS lenses are not the Canon flagship L lenses. The Canon R100 doesn't have in-body stabilization, but the RFS 18-45 and the 55-210mm lenses do have image stabilization. So for photography, the stabilization of the lenses work good. So if you're walking around and recording video with the Canon R100 and its RFS lenses that have image stabilization, you're still gonna get shaky footage. The Canon R100, it does have digital image stabilization or a digital enhancer if you're moving around, but it's not that good of a quality in my opinion. So if you are recording video and if you are vlogging, it's best to place this on a tripod. But keep in mind, this 4K footage that it records at 24 frames per second, it is heavily cropped in. So I don't recommend this for vlogging unless you're okay with 1080p. And for vlogging, that's why I keep using the Osmo Pocket 3. It's really great. It's really great at low light. The other thing is the autofocus is really slow, especially when I'm photographing birds and I'm using the spot or the 1-point autofocus. It starts focusing in on like branches or leaves around the birds. So in that case, I shut off continuous autofocus and the servo autofocus. So I just focus in once using its autofocus mode, and it's pretty good for photographing birds that way. But other than that, I'm not a big fan of using the continuous autofocus in servo mode if there's subjects moving around or even if my hand is shaking a little bit while I'm taking photos. Regarding the battery, this is where the entry level and the budget price really shows. The battery that it comes with, it doesn't last the full day of shooting outside or photographing. So if you're going from morning till evening, this battery will not last, so you may need an extra battery. For vlogging at 4K, you're only going to get about 30 minutes tops. So just keep that in mind in terms of battery. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the image quality the Canon R100 produces. I shoot in RAW. And if you want to see some of my RAW photos, you can download it. There will be a link in the description so you can see the quality that this camera produces with these two lenses. But one annoying thing about the 18-45mm lens is you need to put it in shooting mode when you start photographing or recording. So if I turn on my camera and the lens cap is already off, you'll see like a warning to put the lens in a shooting mode, which is really odd because I'm not used to putting a lens in shooting mode. For example, the Canon 55-210, it doesn't have a shooting mode. In other words, the 18-45mm lens, you kind of like have to turn it on to start shooting. So overall, who is the Canon R100 for? In my opinion, it's great for photography beginners or enthusiasts or any photographers that are on a budget. In my case, would I buy the Canon R100 again? No, I wouldn't, because one of the main reasons or the main things I don't like about the Canon R100 is the LCD screen. It doesn't pop out or it doesn't have a flip out LCD screen. So it does get annoying when you start shooting in different angles, especially if you hold the camera at your chest or stomach level, and then you can't see what your viewfinder is looking at. So you always have to have it a little bit high up like this or far away from your body to see the viewfinder. It is a bummer. I wish I bought the Canon R50, but at that time I was on a budget and I was already buying a lot of equipment for vlogging and for travel because I travel full time. But if I had to do it again, I would buy a camera with a flip screen. And keep in mind, if you're using this for vlogging, like you can't see yourself on the screen because it doesn't have a flip screen, so that's another issue. Other than that, the quality is pretty exceptional. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, live easy, sleep breezy, and stay lovely.